Fox News alert, Ron DeSantis is making a hard play for Iowa. The governor campaigned all over the state today. But Trump's on his heels. Trump Force One just touched down in Iowa. He'll be doing a town hall with Hannity tomorrow night at 9. So let's break down what DeSantis looks like as a presidential candidate. He had some pretty good one-liners this week.
I believe that the decline of our country is not inevitable. I believe it's a choice. A leader does not use polls to tell them what to do. If Hunter were a Republican, he would have been in jail long ago. Our great American comeback starts by sending Joe Biden back to his basement in Delaware.
Now, if you want any kind of national traction, you can't be boring. And you got to feed juicy sound bites to the media machine. Well, no one's better at that than Donald Trump. But DeSantis is already creating some friction with the establishment media. Watch.
Toy-sized Mussolini Ron DeSantis unveils his authoritarian manifesto, vowing to destroy leftism and wokeism. Not even Trump is dumb enough to go after America's most popular family entertainment provider.
I thought DeSantis was supposed to be the non-fascist alternative to Trump. I guess not.
He is trying to be a carbon copy of Donald Trump in that his campaign and his candidacy is based on grievance politics, divisiveness, and extreme policies.
I say this with conviction. I think Ron DeSantis is far more dangerous than Donald Trump.
Now, the media's reaction to DeSantis tells you they think he's a big threat. But DeSantis' secret weapon is his wife, Casey. Like most of us do, he married up.
I'm also pretty happy to be here because I get to talk to somebody older than 4, which is an accomplishment for me. By the way, if you're wondering why my voice is a little bit hoarse, well, it's because I've been negotiating with a 3-year-old all day today as to why they cannot color with permanent marker on the dining room table. Our kids, 6, 5, and 3 are the light of our lives. I mean, they are the reason why we fight. They give us so much happiness, a little exhaustion now and again, but don't think for a second when the governor doesn't come home at the end of a long day, I don't hand them to him.
Now, Casey's going to be a big asset, even though Don Lemon says she's past her prime. And she'll help win over some of those white women who vote how their husbands tell them to. Hey, Sonny. The DeSantis launch hasn't been perfect, though. The Twitter deal wasn't great, and maybe I'm being a little nitpicky. Their advance team needs to up their game. His staff put him in front of a gigantic American flag, which is good, but the flag was too big. And when the camera took a tight shot at DeSantis at the podium, all you could see was just a giant white and red stripe. He looked like he was running for the president of Poland. I'm a TV guy. I notice these things. But DeSantis has been on message in Iowa. Listen.
If we allow the election to become about other things other than Biden's failures, if he's able to hibernate in his basement for the whole campaign and not have to answer tough questions, well, then we may be in danger of seeing a Democrat sweep in 2024.
That was a clever way of saying if Republicans nominate Trump, then the election's just going to be all about Trump instead of what it should be about, Biden's failures. But honestly, Biden's going to hibernate no matter who the Republican nominee is. And then Ron showed a little leg. He doesn't really want to get in the mud with Trump, and he politely challenged Trump not to get into the mud with him either and focus their firepower on Joe.
I'm going to focus my fire on Biden, and I think he should do the same. He gives Biden a free pass. I'm focusing on Biden. That's my focus.
So DeSantis is trying to take the high road with Trump. I have a feeling that's not going to work out. These two are probably going to have to smack the stitches off of each other if they want to get showered with confetti at the convention. Now, Trump tried to take DeSantis' strength, COVID, and turn it into a weakness, claiming Cuomo handled COVID better than Ron did in Florida.
I'm going to respond to attacks. I mean, if you say Cuomo did a better job with COVID than Florida did, first of all, that's not what he used to say. This is like new. Like 6 months ago, he would have never said that, right? He used to say how great Florida was. Hell, his whole family moved to Florida under my governorship. Are you kidding me? So some of this stuff, I think, is, look, if someone is saying that, I am gonna counterpunch. I'm gonna fight back on it. Now,
all these little comebacks, these little back and forths, irrelevant Once these two men say it to each other's faces on the debate stage, that's when it counts. But Trump might not even give DeSantis that opportunity. He's up so much, he might just say, I don't need to debate Rob. Now, does that hurt Trump in the primary to not debate? I don't know. But I just want to see Trump on the stage on Fox knocking heads together. There's nothing like it. So right now, DeSantis is just kind of testing out lines. And here's one you're going to hear a lot. He says Trump can't fix Biden's mess in just one term.
It really does take 2 terms as president to be able to finish this job. The bureaucracy is so entrenched that I think we can bring George Washington back, and I don't think he could fix it in one single 4-year term.
So that's a good line. Trump, if elected, can only serve 4 years. DeSantis can serve 8. But so far, DeSantis isn't moving the needle at all. A new poll shows DeSantis is only up 2% since he announced. That's not a bump at all. I expected a lot bigger bump. Even though polls are pretty unreliable at this stage, we're still waiting for the DeSantis takeoff, if there ever is one. And tomorrow night, Donald Trump's going to be on Hannity for the town hall. Republican voters are going to be able to ask the president questions. And last time Trump did a town hall, millions watched. It was a 2-day news cycle, and it broke CNN. So DeSantis has to figure out a way to compete with something like that. He's flying to New Hampshire tomorrow for a few days, then hitting South Carolina, and then he's going to go back to Iowa over the weekend. And one of these days, these two guys are going to be in Iowa at the same time. Now, I have a hunch Trump's going to uncork a big rally and frame it, as he always does, size matters.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.